wear the khaki, but we carry more than just a bag. We carry dreams, grit, and a will to serve.
This is corper, rising to serve, rising to lead.
Hello and welcome to Corper, the show that inspires and empowers young Nigerians to make the most of their NYSC journey and beyond. I'm your host, Priscillia Aniche, and you are watching us right here on the Achievement Channel, Nigeria's first and only 100% motivational television station, broadcasting from the School of Eloquence Studios in Ikoyi, Lagos. We're talking about street smart versus book smart corper, which one matters more, and how to balance both. Because let's be honest, service here will test both your brain and your survival instincts. Today's topic is one that can shape the rest of your life far beyond your service year. Which matters more, and how do we balance both during service year? Before we get into it, I'm joined by two incredible guests who bring knowledge, real-life experience, and plenty of insight to this conversation. First up, we have Adeyoola Nafisat, a dynamic and purpose-driven young woman whose journey is defined by passion, growth, and excellence. She is a graduate of mass communication from the Federal Polytechnic, Ilaro, and is currently serving at the School of Eloquence in Ikoyi. Nafisat inspires everyone around her with her authenticity, her drive, and her commitment to communication and confidence. Also with us today is Madu Dennis Uchechukwu, a passionate, purpose-driven young professional serving with the School of Eloquence here in Ikoyi, Lagos. Dennis is deeply committed to personal development, creative expression, and impactful leadership. He believes success isn't about just achieving more, but becoming more, while staying grounded in your values and protecting your peace.
This is corper, rising to serve, rising to lead.
Welcome, Uche and Nafisat, to the Corper program.
Thank you, Priscilla.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Today's topic, street smarts versus book smarts. Which one matters more, and how to balance both? First off, I would like to ask, do you think being book smart is enough to survive NYSC, or do corpers need street wisdom too?
Well, being book smart is good, but I feel it's not enough to survive NYSC. To survive NYSC, you need the both. You need to be streetwise. Why? You need to be streetwise in order to understand where you are, because as corpers, we are being posted to different places. Places we have never been to, we have never visited before. You need to be able to adapt. You need to be able to kind of like pass through situations that may be difficult, that may be unsafe. So a lot of things come up as far as NYSC is concerned. So getting the knowledge you have from the books is not enough. Streetwise is very important in it.
Okay, thank you so much.
No, I totally agree with Uche. Because being book smart cannot make you cannot survive NYSC being only book smart. You have to be street like you have to be really street smart. And like you said, the reason why you have to be street smart is because you are being posted to, like, almost everybody are being posted to in like an entire different environment they have never been before. So before you have to be street smart in the sense that you have to know how to navigate your journey around, and you can only be able to do that if you are street smart. You have to, number one, you have to be able to communicate with the locals, and that requires being street smart. Because if you go and meet people now, especially in a place, let's say a rural area, you are being book smart, you are being like you are behaving like one English, you be like that. You are not ready. So you have to be able to show them a little part of them, so that you'll be able to communicate, you'll be able to relate with.
Yeah.
You'll be able to show them that yes, even if you are not from that community, you can learn. So you have learned something from that community. You have to show them a part of their community in you. So that's where you'll be able to relate to it. But if you go there and being this book all of a sudden, you are using the being street smart goes beyond textbook. If you are book smart, that means you are using the textbook logic. And being street smart goes beyond the textbook. You have to go beyond using textbook. We're not reading here. It's not about book. It's about reasoning. It's about wiseness. I think you really need more of streetwise than even bookwise. Let's say out of 100%, you have to be 70% streetwise and 30% bookwise. You only need that bookwise for the normal basic knowledge. I'm talking about relating now. I'm not talking about education.
Okay.
So to be able to relate, you only need 30% of books, but you have to use 70% streetwise to survive anywhere you are. Let's even put NYSC aside. So I think you have to combine both to survive NYSC in general.
What real life situations in NYSC require more street smarts than academic knowledge?
I don't think there's a part of NYSC that does not need. There's not, like, every part of NYSC requires it.
Yeah.
It requires both street smart and bookwise. And the reason why I'm saying this is that to avoid a lot of things, you have to apply, especially being street smart.
Yeah.
Especially if you are posted to Lagos. Very good. If you are not street smart, you are being like one English. The way people will look at you, you will just keep falling into victim.
Yeah.
You will be duped. Let me just say it out loud. You'll be duped. So you have to show this, like I said, you have to show people, especially the locals, that you understand a part of them. That you have a part of them in you to survive. Okay, let's say I want to get something in the market and I price it. So people will use your look to justify, okay, they just come. At the time I change that, excuse me. Or let's say I speak. At first, the way that I want to buy something and I speak in English. You'll be like, okay, this one is English. When they call the price, I'm like, okay, because I'm speaking in English. So when I switch to my local language to Yoruba, I'll be like, I'll not even speak like normal. I will speak in my normal language. Do you think it's because I'm speaking English, Abby? Yeah. Oga, what are you saying? They're like, okay, this guy, I think this guy actually would. So when you do it like that, but if you keep speaking in English, they will keep doing like, okay, fine. And being streetwise does not require English.
Yeah.
If you require to speak in your local dialect, my dear, speak it. So people will understand that, yes, if you speak Pidgin, speak up. So that's it. So I think every part of NYSC requires both, especially being street smart. Okay, let's for example, the issue of accommodation. Okay. Lagos agent is only 5% of it can make heaven. That can make heaven.
True.
So you want to deal with those kind of people, you will not use any book smart. You will use mainly street smart, so that they will know that the person they are dealing with is not one kind body or one kind coming from one Harvard and what's it called. They will understand that, excuse me, you don't play with me. You have to give them that energy of don't play with me before they can come into their senses. All of them want to move funny. So when you want to enter accommodation, you have to prove to them. There are people there are some agents that you will tell them that this is where I want. They will send them house. They will like, how do you expect me to live in this kind of house? Exactly. Can you even live there?
Honestly.
I need to make inquiries, ask questions. Make inquiries. For example, if an agent took you to an environment, you may likely like that accommodate, like the entire house. But make sure you find out the people living in that area, their lights, water. Those are the people that have been living there. Yes, thank you for adding that. How safe is it? Those are the people that have been living there before. They will tell you the truth. Yeah. One thing about it is that if you talk to the right people, I don't know. I've had a situation where people tell me that if you ask for like your way, probably you are going somewhere you don't know. You ask for your for locations, direction. Thank you. From people, they directed you to another place. I've never been a victim of that, and I will say, ask the right people.
Yeah.
How do you know the right people? You know. Ask the right people.
You can also ask people in your CDS.
Ask the right people. People that have been there. You can have people that are too bad before ahead of you. You can ask that they've been here before. They will know the right direction to give you. I think that actually helps. So I think all the all NYSC stuff, PPA, accommodation, location, direction, everything entails being book smart and being street smart. And I think you have to use more of street smart than being book smart. Street smart takes the most of it, takes the majority of the whole NYSC. So I don't think there's a way I can say, okay, in this aspect, being book smart is work more than. I think every aspect you need both.
Yeah. Okay. Uche, what do you have to add?
Well, everything she said is correct, is good, but in adding to that, I feel book smart alone works well, but street smart alone as well works in our offices as well.
Yeah.
Because there might be situations whereby, as a corper, you might want to be given a lot of overload, which you are not required to do. Yeah. And then, based on because you are a corper and then you come with fresh knowledge, they might feel like they might override you or come over your head and stuff. Yeah. Being street smart, you'll be able to kind of like spell out what you can do and what you can do, what you can't do. You can't give what you don't have.
Yes.
You only give what you have. So the kind of like knowledge you get from the streets, knowledge from the street does not necessarily kind of like have to say or be like you be toutish or that kind of behavior. You kind of like scatter things. No, it's kind of like you having this kind of knowledge.
Yes.
Speaking for yourself.
But still doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Having things done the right way. Then there was once a situation, you asked of a situation. There was once a situation that I encountered when I came new, got my PPA newly, and it was all about transportation. Coming and going to the office and back home. Yeah. So there are times at which when you want to enter, whether it's a bus or a bike or something like that, based on they know you are a corper, and for sure they believe that you are new in town. Yeah. They might feel like they want to extort you, giving you high prices in terms of transportation and stuff. But I usually take my time. I don't rush into buses or anyhow. I kind of like take my time. I observe. Yeah. I see what people do. There are times whereby you'll be at a bus station, and then, for instance, let me use Oshodi. You are in Oshodi and you want to go to Ikotun, Jakonde Gate area, and right at that Oshodi, right under the bridge, there are buses loading, and then they tell you 1,122 to Jakonde, and you see some people are entering, some people are not entering.
Yeah.
You'll be asking like why?
Why?
But if you observe, I just took my time and observed, and I followed the people who are not entering. And I found out that the more you go down, the prices differ and they reduce. There are places where you get transport maybe 700 as compared to the 1,000. If you go further down, you get 400 and 300 as compared. You get transportation fare to become like more than half the normal price that the people will feel is the normal price. And it happens everywhere. It also happens here in Obalende. People leaving Obalende and leaving the island and maybe going to mainland through Yaba or wherever. Let me use Yaba for instance. And then there are places whereby you get transportation to Yaba for 1,000, 1,200 or thereabouts. But if you go further down, or you notice, you follow up with people who kind of like have that patience or refuse to enter and want to go down, you see that there are places way more cheaper, 500 naira or thereabouts.
That's serious.
There are places where transportation is kind of like slashed half, but people don't know. And it is that kind of like thought and mentality or idea that they have that you are book-wise, you kind of like have the money, you are not that streetwise to know or to hear about it, to know that there is a place whereby you can get this thing at a cheaper rate. You will just enter like that. That is one of the scenarios that one can encounter.
Right. Thank you so much, Uche and Nafisat, for doing justice to that question. We'll be going on a short break, and once we're back, we'll continue with the topic: street smarts versus book smarts.
This is Corper Skin, rising to serve, rising to lead.
Your child has secured admission. But as a parent, you still ask yourself, is he truly ready? Can he wake up without reminders? Will she manage her money wisely? Can they say no to peer pressure? Will they think before they act or stumble through mistakes? ITA, the Independent Thinking and University Readiness Program from the School of Eloquence, prepares your child not just for admission, but for life. With clarity, confidence, and independence, they become ready for university and beyond. ITA, from admission to readiness. Give them more than admission. Give them readiness.
This is Corper Skin, rising to serve, rising to lead.
Welcome back, Uche and Nafisat, to the
Thank you
Corper Scan program. Okay, moving on. Nafisat, how can a corper balance intelligence with practical sense in decision making?
A corper should always be logical in reasoning. You should apply the mix of logical when you are making a decision. You should be logical in your decision making. You should not rush. You should observe. And one thing about me is that before I take any decision, especially when I find myself in doing a new thing or being in a new environment, the first thing I do is observation. I observe, and that has never betrayed me before. And I can say for a fact that if anybody does that too, I'm very sure that it will help them a lot. You observe your environment. Even if you are doing something, before you rush into it, make research. Observe that environment. Observe whatever it is that you are doing. Take it like baby step. Take it one step at a time. So when you observe, do you find some things that will help you when you want to make your decision? When you want to practically put that put whatever you've learned, or be whatever you've observed into action. It will help you a lot. When I observe something, especially when I get to a new place, or when I want to do a new thing, what that observation helps me do is it helps me navigate how I will react, and what next I will do. Like for example, my NYSC journey. When I first started my PPE, the first day I observed. I already know what to do. You are not being forward. One thing about me is that when I get to a place first, you will think I don't talk, because I will relate with people, sure, of course, but I will observe. That will help me know how to relate with each individual. This person, does it like this? Does it not like this? In that, I don't have to do a whole year or a whole month to observe people. A day or two is okay for me to take that, and I'll pick everybody's do's and don'ts, and I will know how to relate with each particular individual. So when you get to a place, don't rush. Or when you want to do something, observe. Take it one step at a time. And after that, ask questions. Ask questions. That's very, very important. One thing I don't joke about is asking questions. I don't get tired of asking questions. And the reason why I ask a lot of questions is to avoid making mistakes. Especially when you ask people that have been in that situation that you are, when they've gone through it. For example, in your NYSC journey, you ask people that have been there before. But for example, people that have been there, or people that are still there, but they are 2 badges ahead of you. When I ask questions, of course, I have people that are also asking me questions about it. People that have not served, they're asking me questions about it. I'm ready to help, because it's helping me. It helped me know what to do and what to avoid.
Okay.
And another thing I would say is that approach people with humility. Approach people with humility is very, very important to help you in your decision making. You cannot want to ask questions, want to get something from someone. I'll be doing it with so much pride and so much ego. To not get you anywhere. Imagine someone approaching me, you want something from me, and you're doing it with so much ego. Of course, I will not want to help you because what do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm the one that asked this and you want it. You don't have to necessarily beg forever, but at least being humble and being just the normal what's it called is okay. From just okay, this is how you will do it.
Okay.
And that's it. Approach people with humility. Even when you want to ask questions, when you want something from someone. And be nice.
Okay.
Be humble. Being humble is very, very important in anything you do. Be humble. So I think with all these things, you'll be able to, it will help you put together your intelligence. Because being intelligent does not only get things done. You may be smart, but may you still be a coward.
Yeah.
And being smart does not necessarily get the work done. So there are a lot of things you have to put together when you want to make that decision, in decision making. So being intelligent or being smart does not necessarily make that decision. Make you get better at your decision making or something. So you have to put all these things together. And I'm very sure that when you put all these two together, it's helping when you are making decision.
Okay, thank you. Uche?
Well, I totally agree with everything she said.
Yeah.
I kind of like have a mantra to myself, and most of them she did say them. The three of them, being observant, asking questions, and trusting your gut.
Okay.
Your gut is kind of like everything.
Yeah.
When you ask questions, you'll be surprised the people who are before you and the locals. You'll be surprised at the kind of like knowledge or ideas the kind of like they have gathered and they know about what's going on. And all in all, humility is kind of like the key word there. Humility is everything. Even in biblical aspects, from David, Joseph, and Jesus himself, they all showed humility. So as coppers, we are growing. We are passing through a phase of, it's kind of like an IT. It's a training, preparing ourselves for the real world. The real world is not now.
Yeah.
This is just testing. And it's not easy. How do you think after now is going to be?
Easy, yeah.
So, be humble. Very important. Ask questions. Be observant. It will save you a lot. A lot more. Even sometimes in fitting, I remember a friend of mine who is a corper, is at Lekki.
Okay.
He was hungry. He was along the road, and everybody have the kind of food that they do eat. You can't just eat anything just because you are hungry. But he just saw a place, a roadside something, and he said, "Okay, let him go and eat." And he ate. After eating from there on, right there, until before he had to get home, he was purging.
Yeah.
Why? Because what he ate did not sit well with him.
Okay.
We should all be careful.
Okay.
So observe, ask questions, trust your God, be humble. That's the main four things that shapes NYSC to me.
Okay. Can you share an example where being street smart saved you or helped you during service?
Well, for me, I don't think I can recall a particular situation, but I can just give some insight.
Okay.
One thing I've learned ever since I started my NYSC journey is that every day as I'm going to work, I'm always, let me say every week or every month, I'm always getting a new way to go about my transportation that is helping me save money. Okay. When I started, the amount I spent on transportation is much more than the amount I spend now. Yeah. And that's because when we are discussing, when you're talking about transportation at work, people give me another options to go for. Yeah. And when I try those options, I'm never going back to the old one because I find the new one much more easier, convenient, and much more cheaper. Yeah. So one thing is that I think to me that aspect is not about being bookwise, it's about being streetwise. I have a situation whereby a lot of people tell me, it's not even one or twice, people tell me that they don't believe that I've not lived in Lagos before. Okay. Because, and like I say for a fact that anywhere I go, anywhere, even if it's not Lagos, I don't know why, I used to find myself adapting to my new environment easier. Anytime I find myself, even when I was in school. Okay. The state I schooled in, I've never been there, I've never lived there. Yeah. The only thing that brought me there was schooling. Maybe it's because of my organization that helped me. I don't know. But I used to get adapted to a place. Whenever I'm talking with some people and I'm mentioning some place in Lagos, I thought you said you have never lived in Lagos. You're not. I say, of course, I've never. But one way or the other, I find myself in those places, and from there, I've moved. And I'm the kind of person that whenever I go out to a place, if I go to a place once or twice, believe me that when next I'm going to that place, I will not find it difficult to what's it called? I will not find it too difficult to find my way there again. And that's why I say asking questions is very important. When I'm going somewhere and I know that this thing is already it's not like straightforward, I ask questions. Excuse me, please, this is where I am. So even if I don't have to ask questions, I have friends that are living in Lagos. I can just call, hello, this is where I am and I'm going to this place. Can you help me? And they give me the right direction. And if you require me to ask people around, I'll be asked and I will be led to the right direction. Mm-hmm. So I've had people that say, are you sure you have not lived in Lagos before? And it's true, this is my first time living there. But you think I've been living here for over 5 years. Someone has even told me even me that I've been living in Lagos and brought the places that you know safe. I don't think I know. Sorry. And to think that I don't even go out as much. Let's say I actually am the kind of person that go out very well. I'm very sure I will have gotten used to it more than I have. So I can say that being streetman helped me navigate a comfy living. Okay. It's just like about speaking up and everything. Like I've been getting new things, like new ways to be comfortable about my expenses and my transportation.
Okay, thank you. Uche.
Okay, well, one moment I experienced was during the time I came out from camp, the very first week out of camp. So I was supposed to go to the local government for documentation. That was in Benue State before I moved to Lagos State. So I stayed in a hotel with my friends where we lodged, and then we were supposed to go for documentation. And I've never gone to the local government before. It's my first time. Yeah. So we come out, we stop bike, and I was late already. So I was like, bike, Oga, please take me to the local government. And the bike man, claiming to be very confident, said, no, Allah. So I hopped in onto the bike. He started speeding. He sped for a long time. Yeah. He got to the local government. I was like, corper, this is the local government. And personally, I know that this is not the place I'm supposed to be. I was like, oh God, this is not the local government I want to be. Yeah. He was like, corper, no vest. Now this one I know. I was like, how? I was like, how? So, what I'm trying to say here is that being book smart, we teach you map reading. Yeah. But streets-wise, we teach you how to kind of like confirm where you're going to two or three or more or four or more times before you move.
Yeah.
It will let you know that you need to ask people for the right location before you move to go to that place.
Yeah.
Booksmart won't teach you that. So assuming I was streetwise at that moment, I would have even gotten a live map location of where the local government is from those of my other friends that are already there.
Yeah.
So that as I am moving, I am following, and I'm as well going with the bike man.
Yeah.
That's the experience I've had so far. So book smart, we teach you map reading, but being streetwise, we teach you to ask before moving.
Okay. Thank you so much, Uche and Nafisat. You both did justice and shared valuable information.
This is Corper Skin, rising to serve, rising to lead.
And that wraps up today's episode. A huge thank you to my guests, Adeyoola Nafisat and Madu Dennis Uchechukwu, for being part of this conversation and bringing their unique perspectives. Remember, whether you lean more toward book smart or street smart, the true strength of a corper lies in finding the balance that helps you navigate challenges with sense, confidence, and clarity. Follow us on all social media platforms at Achievement Channel. I'm Aniche Priscillia, and this has been Corper Scan. Thank you for listening. Until next time, stay sharp, stay safe, and stay shining.
This is Corper Skin, rising to serve, rising to lead.